Is NIO becoming a rental provider like Hertz? Well, no, they're not, but there are some interesting tidbits in today's news around NIO upgrading their service to allow users to rent cars like software subscription, on which I have to comment. Because this news actually relates to something that I've been doing in the past. I was an automotive consultant and I've been working on a project for Audi, and so much I can disclose is that I've been working on a project called Audi Select, which is basically a car rental service where you can rent an Audi car on a monthly subscription basis as well. And well, if you can read German here, you can see that this offering was terminated in 2017. It's been too expensive, too much of a niche, and was too close to an actual car rental. And so because I've been part of this project of actually designing this service and seeing like how difficult it is to actually bring it into the market, I'm also a little bit skeptical about what NIO is doing there and can add a little bit of my personal experience regarding how NIO is tackling this. So you can rent a NIO in some of those locations where this kind of renting service is available, and the news is now that they have upgraded the way that they are pricing this. So previously you had just a monthly fee that was fixed, and now you can see here you have a declining cost of this service. So in the first month it might cost you 7,000 RMB to rent it, and if you're renting it up to 60 months, then you will only pay around 4,600 RMB. Besides the vehicle, users will also get free maintenance. They get 4 free battery swaps and also access to NIO houses. First of all, the Chinese market is always a little bit different. For some context, Chinese car buyers are actually used to buying the car, usually actually even in cash, and there is not a real history of renting or even leasing vehicles. You really want an actual ownership usually. So this already kind of limits the scope or the total addressable market or serviceable market of this business model here. And generally, like with this Audi experience, it seems to be a niche market, especially in the premium to luxury segment as well. And usually you would also compete with like the big companies that are, really focused on this market, like Hertz. And this is also why, if the prices are not competitive enough, you really usually don't get around these companies and can compete in this market. So what NIO has done here with this more flexible pricing that is decreasing over time is actually, I think, very smart and makes a very unique distinction between an actual car rental service here, which I think should not be the goal for NIO as well. I think how this service could actually work for NIO is, first of all, that this is a way of making their second-hand car buying business more profitable. For example, if they're having a car that is currently not finding a buyer, then it makes sense for NIO to rent it out, and increasingly, as longer as this duration gets, making it available to other renters until at some point in time it hopefully also finds a buyer. So this should actually work more as an extension of the second-hand car buying business, on which you also get all of the benefits of this NIO second-hand verification and authentic, polished cars. And then the second aspect of how I only think this makes sense is, what you can see here in this offering, is that they include NIO houses and some sort of a membership on which you have more flexibility. And that might be the use case for some people, for example, living in cities that don't actually have the need to own a car, but they are maybe also traveling a lot. And then in combination with NIO houses, NIO Life, and traveling a lot, it makes sense that they have mobility on demand, some sort of a car sharing functionality based on this NIO membership that can actually help them to fulfill a more short-term mobility need. And NIO can provide just that and also offer a very good user experience in that sense. And so this is how I see NIO not really entering the car rental market in a traditional way, but rather an extension of their second-hand sales business and making that one more profitable, while actually playing a role in their user needs, in the user journey actually, and catering the needs of some users that have some specific, more flexible mobility needs. But I don't see this part taking over in the more traditional car renting industry, and also not taking over this normal car sales model that NIO is in. So this is why currently I don't have this even modeled in my business case for an income stream. Maybe at some point I will actually make those business estimations and the revenue models for this second-hand car market for NIO. But for now, I only see this as more of an addition to the current business model. So thank you guys for watching, and see you in the next one.